And I'm intrigued with this slogan of Suncrest. A quote, "You can't add to your life more time. So let Suncrest give the time you have more life." I love that, but I'm not exactly sure what it means. So can you tell us how that's achieved at Suncrest?
Sure. I love that statement because it's very parallel to the way that I describe the impact we can make on families, loved ones, particularly folks who misunderstand, and many people misunderstand what hospice looks like. We all have that story that we've heard where the last 24 to 48, 72 hours of their life, they were made comfortable and everything, went okay. That's a small percentage of the folks we actually serve. So we like to say that hospice won't add time to your loved one's life, but it won't subtract time either. What we can control, the variables that we can influence, is how we spend that time. With Suncrest, we place an awful lot of emphasis on the human interaction. So where the state and Medicare has minimum requirements of interaction, we blow right past those. We want our nurse out there 2 to 3 times a week when the requirement is once. Our home health aides, we want the best home health aides out there every day, which 5 days a week rather. We have chaplain services, we have social work services, and then our volunteer program. Our volunteer coordinator, Kate, her only function in this world is to go find talented and gifted people who are willing to give of themselves for a purpose. And it's amazing how many people have that skill and the ability and the willingness to share it when you ask them. And Kate finds those people, whether it's pet therapists or massage therapists. Music therapy is a big one as well. We've got some special people who do some things that are off the beaten path. We have a sound bath therapist who they use the bowls to get the healing frequencies, and it's very relaxing. It's very meditative. We wouldn't have known that this was a thing if we didn't ask our families, what would be important to your mom? And they said, well, this is something she participated in before she got sick. Would it be possible to have that in her last moments? So Kate went out and found somebody, and that somebody went out and spent a lot of time with that patient and was there when she took her last breaths, and the family was with her, and everybody in the facility was late at night. It was 2 a.m, and they came out to be there for that special moment. So those are some examples of the ways that we can change the experience. It's not shortening, it's not lengthening, but we can change the experience that you have while you're still here.
Yeah. Well, I'm always thinking about quality versus quantity, and that's one of the reasons I like this statement. That how do we add quality of life? Because we can't add quantity of life. So every day, and you said that earlier, the idea of every day being enriched by working with you guys and helping family and friends gather with the patient, and a lot can be, I think, achieved in the idea of quality of life. And it seems to be a universal purpose at Suncrest.
We try to work it in to every conversation. It's we've all got these things on the back of our cards that kind of remind us, but we talk about these concepts whenever we meet as a group, and we remind ourselves, almost autostatic repetition, till it's ingrained in our heads that it's just second nature, that we're gonna look under every rock to find what's meaningful for folks in their journey. And I like to think, I remember the first person, I was brand new with Suncrest. I got my first referral, and the son of the patient, they were living in an assisted living. She wasn't actively dying. She didn't have that diagnosis that paints her into the 6-month, terminal ill. And the son didn't want her knowing necessarily that she was on hospice. He was very clear. We're supposed to tuck our name tags in. If she asks any questions, we have to answer it. But she's not going to ask. He wanted the extra service. He wanted the presence. He didn't want a chaplain praying over his mom. He didn't want a social worker, a nosy social worker poking their nose in, asking questions, trying to solve problems. I want the free hospital bed. I want her medications paid for. And I don't want her sent out to the hospital for every little sniffle that the facility, unfortunately, is required to send them out when significant things happen.
Yeah.
Unless they're on hospice. We can manage those symptoms from where she's at.
Right.
And we were able to honor the son's wishes. And she was on hospice for 6 months. The wound that she had been working through resolved itself. She stopped losing the weight. She graduated off of hospice. And when she's ready again, the son will call us. It was a very positive experience for them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always shake out like that. But when someone has the eligibility, we want to make sure that they get what they're entitled to.
Oh, that's a great story.
Thanks.
And a very nice outcome. And it makes a great case for hospice. Also, the stigma of the name.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad that it's not about quality of life.
Right.
And even the inevitable is going to happen.
Yeah.
2 months, 2 years, I don't know. But why not have that quality of life experience,
right,
and get the support? It's too bad that it's not more socially acceptable. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my kids, they use an expression, if you know, you know. Right?
Yeah.
My job is to help more people know about it, and a vehicle like this is just perfect to allow people to peruse the internet and get the information that they're looking for, without us force feeding it or mandatorily making people show up for in-services or things like that.
Yeah.
It's a conversation.
Yeah.
And it goes much more smoothly when we do it that way.
I was on the Suncrest website, and I found a bit of a mission statement that says that you try to create a positive experience. Create being an abbreviation for communicate, respond quickly, educate, ask, treat with respect, and every visit on time. What makes these concepts different from other healthcare services?
I'm certain everybody, all the folks that do what we do, I'm sure that they have some version of this. These are kind of our 6 commandments. And I want to correct one small thing that you said. It's communicate, communicate, communicate. And the third time it's written, it's in all caps.
Okay.
We do that because, and by the way, we took these commandments, so to speak, straight from our quality assessment surveys, the family quality surveys that we solicit. And then whenever I'm in a new environment and I'm speaking with somebody who has the potential ability to refer a hospice patient to us, I always ask them what goes well. When it's going well, what is it about it that goes well? And when it doesn't go well, what does that look like? And based on all of that information, communication is the key. When things happen in an unpredictable, surprised way, it brings chaos. And the family's response is, why would you put me in touch with these people? They don't tell me anything. The nurse was here and didn't call me, didn't give me the update. They made a med change and nobody knew. My mom's diet's upgraded, and we haven't been bringing food in, and now I found out I could have been bringing her Dairy Queen, her favorite. When those communication nuggets fall through the cracks, everybody feels it. So we would rather over communicate than under communicate. And I know how cliche that sounds, but it's really it's very easy to start drinking from a fire hose when you've got your nurse and your director of nursing and a family member all on a group text, and it's like putting your thumb over that hose, and the information is overwhelming after 3 texts. So it takes a little bit of discipline to make that message concise and also powerful. There's no substitute to face-to-face.
Yeah.
In our texting world, we still do business face-to-face whenever possible.
Yeah.
And, how many times do we read a text and we read it in the mood that we're in?
Yeah.
Every family member going through this, that's what we experience. They need to hear my voice.
Yeah.
They need to see my face.
I was thinking when you were saying that communicate in capital letters is the same kind of thing that we have at the funeral homes. I have 5 funeral homes with 25 employees who are moving all over the place. And our only goal is to communicate with the family well enough that we can intuitively know amongst the 25 of us what's the best way to help this family.
Right.
And that is a really, really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
So you have a much bigger staff, a lot more people. What's the internal way that Suncrest communicates amongst yourselves so information gets to you guys so you then can treat a family the way they want to be treated?
Our competitor's going to be seeing this. I don't want to be giving away my special sauce.
We don't want to give away any special secrets.
No, in all honesty, it really, it comes from our leadership. My supervisor is kind of the air traffic controller for all things. She is the liaison between the liaison and the operations team. So if I send out an email, like I sat in your parking lot before I came in here and I spoke with a family, and this family, they want their mom out of the hospital on Saturday. That's 2 days from now. Those 48 hours are going to go by super fast for them, super fast for me. So I sent a simple email to my admissions coordinator, and then we have in all North New Jersey, all my nurses, my admissions team, everybody who needs to see that information. They know the patient's name, the insurance information, the point of contact, and then we can send everything out to them. The consent forms for services go through email. Those will come back this evening. Meanwhile, we have my intake person chasing down the doctor's order for hospice, the face sheet from the hospital, a few clinical notes so that my nurse can prepare herself and she's not seeing what's happening for the first time when she shows up. And then we have an email thread with that client, that patient's name on the top, and everything that happens from the moment I have my first conversation to the time that that person is no longer on hospice services. There's a thread, and it separates it so that I don't have to look at Brooks. I don't have to look at Alicia's. I don't have to look at Keith's. I can just see the people that are important to me that I'm accountable to.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
It streamlines it so that it's very predictable. If something's missing, it sticks out like a sore thumb, and I know to go asking for that. There's no Medicare number in there. We're not going to get very far without that, guys. Let's go dig that up.
Very good. Well, you answering the last 2 questions sort of answers the question I'm going to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway so you can add on to it.
Sure.
So referrals are such an important part of the success of any healthcare business and funeral business.
Yeah.
Why refer to Suncrest beyond these things you've already said that are exceptional?
Well, people have the right to have a choice. So when a facility or a doctor's office feels strongly enough about a hospice they've worked with before, they tend to heavily influence that. If they've had a good experience with Suncrest, they will call the family, or they'll call me and say, Billy, can you please call the family? And they're waiting your call. We told them to expect it. Why Suncrest over another service? That's a difficult one for me to say, but I will say that in the last 3 to 4 years, I've had the gumption to start making a move to the hospice world. And that is to say, I started interviewing with hospice companies in 2022 and kind of vetting them out for myself. And some of them did an amazing job. They do amazing work, and I couldn't wait to work for them. It wasn't a fit. Timing was wrong. My qualifications, I was brand spanking new. I was doing something else. And then I had a formed a relationship with my current supervisor, a great professional relationship, and we're friends outside of work. And we would meet quarterly. Is she ready to hire me? No, I'm enjoying my job now. I'm not ready to make a move. Well, she's got availability. The next quarter, she has no availability, and I'm looking to make a move. And I knew that Suncrest was going to be the one that I chose based on my personal experience. And it's not a slight to any other hospice out there.
Sure.
If you get up in the morning and you decide you want to be a hospice nurse or a hospice liaison, you're a special place. You're a special person, and you will always have my respect.
Yeah.
But it's the little details that I felt that I can't necessarily describe about Suncrest. The way our leaders treat us as if we're the gatekeeper to somebody enjoying the remainder of their life the way they choose to. Whether it was this patient that didn't want any hospice awareness but wanted the services, or the lady I spoke to 20 minutes ago who can't wait for our nurse to come in and save the day and get her mom comfortable at home, which may or may not be 3 to 4 days of her life.
All right.
And they're very realistic. And this dropped out of the sky. This is somebody who was working. She went to work last Saturday. Everybody's just got such a unique journey. It's very difficult to say, oh yeah, I had the exact same thing happen with somebody else. It really is recreating the wheel every time I speak to a new family.
Yeah.
And pulling from what I know will work. But a lot of it is faith. I have the faith to know that the leaders in my company are going to be able to interpret my chicken scratch and be able to understand how this person needs to be taken care of, what roadblocks exist, what fear the family is experiencing, and how we address those things. And we move forward accordingly.
Well, I hope that my staff says the same thing about me.
I'm sure that they do.
Because that was a very nice way of putting it. Suncrest runs quite an operation. So thank you.
Thank you. And when it doesn't go well, we learn from that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to paint a picture that we're perfect, because we still have those days where, didn't know that.
Yeah.
And the families expect you to know that.
Yeah.
So
good. Thank you.
Thank you.